91% of customers like to receive marketing messages from brands via SMS. This statistic is according to Klaviyo. And basically what this tells us is that your customers want to hear from you via text message. So if you're not incorporating text messages into your marketing strategy with your email strategy, then it's time to get started. I'm Stefanie Parks from The Media Captain. Today, we're going to talk all about SMS marketing and how it works within the Klaviyo platform. The first thing I want to get into is the ability to incorporate text messages into your marketing flows within Klaviyo. I've recorded a bunch of other videos about Klaviyo, about different flows, and about the platform, so I will make sure to link to all of those videos below in the description. But today, when we're talking about SMS, it incorporates so beautifully into the Klaviyo flows. Before we started using Klaviyo for Derm Warehouse, our e-commerce business, we used MailChimp for email marketing, and we used another company for text message marketing. Our text messages still did really well for us, but now there's so much synergy between our whole strategy. It just makes everything work so much better. So let's take a look really quick at what SMS looks like within a Klaviyo flow. So you can see here, this is our abandoned cart flow, and we have our trigger when someone starts checkout but doesn't place an order. So they've left their cart behind. We wait 4 hours and then we send them an email. We want to make sure for us, an email is the first step of the process. Our cart value tends to be higher. We have a lot of older customers, so we feel that they are mostly shopping on a computer. The next step in our process, though, so we wait 4 hours, and then if they don't place an order after they receive that email, they are going to receive a text message from us. The text messages for abandoned cart are incredible. You can see right here that not only are they getting a message, this is personalized, this person must not have put their name in, we don't have that. So we add in the first name. Hey, Stephanie, your cart is waiting. There's also a picture of one of the items that were in their cart. So imagine this, you're shopping, you leave an item behind, and then a few hours later, you get a picture of that image to remind you to come back and complete your purchase. This email does really well for us. This text message does really well for us. And this combined with the email in that flow makes sure that we're kind of hitting everybody. You have certain people like myself. Every day I come into my email and I just go through a list and delete 30 emails right off the bat. So I might not be looking at all of those marketing messages, but anytime I get a text message, I am looking at it and I'm opening it, I'm maybe clicking on it. You also have the ability to add that image, which really personalizes the message and gets people excited about what they were shopping for. It reminds them where their mind was at. You can see here our conditional split in this flow is that people are consented to receive SMS. So consent is really important when it comes to SMS, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we want to make sure they're consented to receive it. If they are, they're going to get a text message. But if they're not, they're still going to get a second email to make sure that we're hitting them 2 times for our abandoned cart flow. So that is just one example of how SMS can work into your Klaviyo flows. It's just the ability to have both of these marketing messages going out without you even doing any work after the setup is incredible. Okay, next I'm going to show you an example of how we use SMS in one of our email or in one of our campaigns. So this isn't a flow that's going out based on a trigger. This is just a campaign that we're sending to a specific group of people. So in this campaign, Skin Medica is one of our top selling brands on our site. They allow us to give 20% off a few times a year. So this is a really big sale for us. People get really excited about it. You can see in this text message, this is, we sent this out at the final hours of the sale just to remind people you have a few hours left that you can shop and get this discount. I added a photo into this SMS campaign. I think the pictures just look amazing and make people more excited about their purchase, make people, more interested in clicking. On our text message campaigns, we usually have a 9 or 10% click rate on these versus maybe a 1 to 3% click rate on our emails. So yes, the text messages aren't going out to as many people, but people are really interested when they get these. They're very targeted. So this one was sent to anybody who's consented to receive SMS and has also purchased the brand SkinMedica. So again, this list is not as big as our email list of people that have purchased SkinMedica, but we're really hitting a targeted group of people here. The one thing you need to be weary of is your text messages can only be a certain amount of characters long. And if you go over the character limit, which it very clearly spells out in Klaviyo, it's going to send 2 messages. It's going to count as 2 messages instead of 1. So for billing purposes for you, you want to keep your text messages short. The other thing is when you send an image, it also uses up more of your text credits. So again, something to be wary of. I know personally, anytime I get a text message from a brand and it contains a picture of something that I like, for example, I'm subscribed to Crate & Barrel, and they always send beautiful images with their text messages. And hey, if I like something, if something will look good in my house, I am much more likely to click on that message. So that's why we include photos in our SMS, and they just look really great. The other thing that I want to go over is how to create an SMS segment. So you can see here, I already have one set up for us, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. So you come into lists and segments within Klaviyo. You're going to create a segment, and then we'll call this all SMS subscribers, for example. And then we are going to just look for if someone is or is not consented to receive SMS. And we want to change this to is consented to receive. So anybody who's consented to receive, I'll create this segment and it will pull anybody who I have that consent from into this group. I'm not going to create this right now because we already have this list. Speaking of SMS consent, this is extremely important. The rules are very strict when it comes to making sure you have permission and explicit permission to send people text messages. So if you're collecting phone numbers on checkout, for example, you want to make sure that you have a box on there both for email and for text message, and make sure that people are giving you consent. Something else really cool that Klaviyo does is you can add SMS into your form. So when we're collecting email addresses on our site, we can also set this up so that it collects phone numbers. A lot of companies will have one form that collects both. So you'll do email and phone number all within one step. I personally don't like that. I think a lot of people don't want to give their phone numbers. It's a lot to ask people to give all at one time. You can do that if that's how you want to do it. What we do is we create a multi-step form within Klaviyo. So you can see the first step of our form is asking for email. To us, email is most important. That's where we just bring in the most revenue. So we want to make sure we're always getting that email address. The next step is going to be our SMS opt-in. And within the Klaviyo form builder, you can see up here, it's really easy to add another step. And you can choose SMS opt-in, profile information, blank if you want to create it from scratch. So it's super easy to do. So we created an SMS opt-in. And what I always like to do is offer just VIP deals via text message. So we have our text message list, and sometimes we'll send them sales that we don't send to anybody else. So it's kind of like this exclusive VIP list that we use for special promotions. So if someone wants to be a Derm Warehouse VIP, they can sign up for text message, and if not, something else that's important down here, we have a lot of people who maybe don't want to sign up. We don't want to not give them their coupon for our site if they don't sign up for SMS. I get frustrated when that happens. So what we did here is we set this up so that if they just want their coupon, it will still, the action, instead of closing the form, it will still submit the form, and then we'll go to the success page where we give them the code. So the benefit of signing up for SMS for them is that they can get exclusive deals from us. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. We don't want to push it because personally for me, I get annoyed when brands make you sign up for both at the same time. So that is adding SMS into a form. You can see here, there is a big block of text that talks about consent. You have to make sure you link your privacy policy and your terms of service. And I would also recommend adding something in your privacy policy on your site about SMS consent, just to be on the safe side. Last thing I want to get into is the pricing of SMS on the Klaviyo side. So you can see that their minimum monthly plan is $15 a month, and you get 1,200 SMS credits per month. We're on a 55,000 SMS credits a month plan, so we're sending about 50,000 text messages per month. This is combining our flows and our campaigns that we send out. So we pay about $500 a month, but anytime we send one SMS campaign, we're doing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in revenue. So the return is definitely worth the price. But they have a lot of different plans that you can choose based on how many subscribers you have and based on how many text messages that you want to send. SMS is really easy to sign up for within the Klaviyo platform. You just go into your settings and you would click on the SMS section, and you can see we already have our phone numbers verified, but if you don't, it will walk you through the entire process right then and there. The one thing I want to note about this is it can take about 10 days to 2 weeks to get your SMS number verified through Klaviyo. So when we're working with clients, we always just go ahead and verify a phone number for them right off the bat. That way they can decide whether or not they want to add SMS into their marketing strategy. We always recommend that they do, but we want to make sure that you're not wanting to send out a campaign and then we have to wait 2 weeks for your phone number to be verified. So we talked a lot today about everything regarding SMS in Klaviyo. There's a lot to know. This is such a great way to incorporate just another marketing message into your strategy. Like I said, the SMS messages just synergize so beautifully. They fit so beautifully into the flows. Klaviyo makes it so easy to send out campaigns. So this is something I highly, highly recommend. Make sure, if you love our Klaviyo tips, make sure to subscribe to the Media Captain on YouTube. We have tons of digital marketing videos on all different topics. So please subscribe to the Media Captain. Make sure you also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at themediacaptain.com. Again, I'm Stefanie Parks from The Media Captain, and I hope this video on Klaviyo SMS was helpful.